classic old-time radios all day long, right here. Old Time Radio USA.
Merry Christmas! More of your favorite Christmas episodes as an Old Time Radio Christmas continues right here on Old Time Radio USA.
The National Broadcasting Company presents Radio City Playhouse, Attraction 66. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the director of Radio City Playhouse, Harry W. Junkin.
Thank you, Fred. Good afternoon, everybody. It seems to us that there are few things more appropriate as a Christmas gift to Radio City Playhouse listeners than a story by the inimitable Paul Gallico. Since 1936, when he first entered the short story field, he has been published regularly by such magazines as the Saturday Evening Post, Collier's, Cosmopolitan, and Esquire, and today we welcome him to Radio City Playhouse. Here then, with our very best wishes, is our Christmas Day broadcast. Lyle Sudrow as Perry Brown, Bernard Grant as Al Vogel in 'Twas the Night Before Christmas by Paul Gallico, Attraction 66 on Radio City Playhouse.
It is 4 o'clock in the afternoon of Saturday, December the 24th, in the city room of the Daily Blade. Almost everybody has gone home. A couple of office boys are yawning on the call bench. 3 rewrite men are pecking away at their typewriters and watching the clock. At the head of the room, Tex Court, the city editor, is talking earnestly into the telephone with a hunted look on his face. Nearer the door, Perry Brown, the Daily Blade's best reporter, is chatting with Al Vogel, his photographer. They're both about to leave for Rusty's party when Perry's telephone rings.
Hello, Perry Brown. Oh, hello, Rusty. Yes, we're just leaving. I'm all cleaned up. The tree come? Good. No, Vogel's sitting on my desk. We'll leave together. Oh, honey, I'm going to trim that tree with diamonds, rubies, and sapphires.
That'll run into dough.
Vogel says that'll run into dough. Huh? Oh, darling, if you play Holy Night, I'll cry. Yes, I will. I get very sentimental about Christmas. Vogel will cry, too, won't you, Al?
Oh, absolutely.
All right, we'll all cry, and it'll be a wonderful party. Oh, now, darling, don't worry about the Christmas tree fires. They won't break out until 9 o'clock, and besides, I'd quit before I'd miss the party. Okay, anything you want me to bring? Just me? Okay. Love you.
Hey, why don't you marry the girl and put her out of her misery?
I'm working on it by this time next year. Come on, Al, let's get out of here.
Right behind you.
Let's go say Merry Christmas to Tex. Come on.
It's a good idea. Come on.
Rusty's as excited about this Christmas party as a 5-year-old kid. It's our first real planned party.
No kidding.
Yes, Mrs. Pettinsall, I understand, and I'm sure we can take care of it by 11 o'clock at number 3 Courtney Tower. You harness to the wagon, yes.
Mrs. Pettinsall.
It's all right, Mrs. Pettinsall. I'll keep in touch with you. Same to you. Goodbye.
Al and I are just leaving, Tex. Merry Christmas, and try to get up to Rusty's party if you can, will you? What's the matter?
Perry, I meant to let you and Al go, but something unforeseen has come.
No, you promised us the night off.
You did, Tex.
Yes, I know. And you'll get to Rusty's party later. Did you, hear anything of that telephone conversation I just had?
You, mean Mrs. Pettinsall?
Tex.
Her nephews have arrived unexpectedly from the West. She wants a Christmas present for them.
Oh, no.
She wishes us to secure a pair of goats for her.
Goats?
Harness to a red wagon.
Oh, you're kidding.
Goats?
Harness to a red wagon.
Is she crazy? Where can you find a couple of goats in a red wagon on Christmas
Yeah,
Eve?
where can you find a couple of goats?
You mean where can you find them?
Oh, Tex, no.
It'll be all right if the outfit arrives at 3 Courtney Towers by 11 tonight.
I won't do it. I promised Rusty.
And I promised the wife of our editor and managing director that I'd get her 2 goats.
All right, we quit, don't we, Al?
Absolutely,
we
we
told
quit.
Rusty nothing would keep us away from her first party.
Listen, Perry, Al, I'm sorry, but I'm on the spot. Do you think I get a kick out of having my reporters used as footmen? Mrs. Pettinsall's a bad little girl. She's a gadfly sent to try us. I'm sorry, but it's all a part of the screwy business, and she is the wife of our managing director. Now, please, Perry. There's nobody else to send, please.
I can't. Rusty'll give me the air.
That she'll understand. She's a newspaper woman.
No, not tonight she isn't. Tonight she's a kid having her first Christmas
You'll
party.
just be a little late. Here, I'll give you a petty cash slip. Get upstairs and cash it before 5. How much? The sky's the limit.
All right, $1,000.
I said the sky, not the stratosphere.
You want your stinking goats, don't you? How do I know what I'll run up against? I may have to buy them from the zoo.
Okay. Here. Need any help, call me.
Oh, thank you. And you call Rusty. I haven't got the nerve. She'll think I'm drunk.
All right.
Call her up and say you sent me out to get 2 goats in a red wagon. Oh, boy, she'll love you. Come on, Al.
Maybe we can get the goats quick somehow.
Here, where are you going first, Perry?
Where would you go to get goats? Brooklyn.
Gee, Perry, it's nice driving over Brooklyn Bridge at night, ain't it?
Yeah. Holy night, silent night, where can I find 2 goats?
Ah, the old bridge looks pretty tonight with all the lights on it and everything.
Yeah. Where can I find 2 goats?
Hey, just look at the lights on the water, Perry, and the piers.
Yeah.
Look, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, Perry, look.
Huh?
Hey, that flash of flame down there. Look, will you? Hey, Perry, one of the piers is on fire. Look, will you?
Yeah. Lovely fire. Maybe it'll burn all night. Too bad we can't go.
What do you mean we can't go? You nuts?
My dear Al, consider your position. We're in the service of the rich. We're after goats. We're not reporters. We're lackeys. Mrs. Pettinsall would be very, very angry if we went to a fire instead of buying her 2 goats harnessed to a red wagon.
Perry, we gotta look. It's spread. Look at the orange and the yellow.
I know.
It's like an atomic bomb. Will you look?
Hush,
Look,
Al.
maybe I can grab a shot. Now, slow down, Perry, please. Maybe I can get a picture from here.
No, Al. We must let nothing turn us from our duty. We're not reporters. We're butlers.
Well, I got it anyway. And maybe that won't be the picture of the year.
The first little goat will be silky and white, and I hope it gives Mrs. Pettinsall a bite.
Hey, Perry, will you stop singing?
Huh?
I know we shoot the gun in a bars looking for goats.
Oh, and where else would you look for a goat?
Hey, Perry, look, that taxi. Look. In an ambulance. It's been an accident. Look. Perry, slow down, please, will you? Hey, that woman, she's hurt. Please, Perry, slow down. Let me get a picture, will you?
No. What would Mrs. Pettinsall say if she ever found out you went around shooting a camera at people?
I got it.
Oh, stop taking pictures.
You know what? You're lost, that's what. We're lost in Brooklyn, and we'll be here for years and years.
We are not lost. If you'd stop taking pictures, you'd see that we're now approaching Cypress and 283rd, and if our friend the bartender is correct, we're about to get our first goat.
Didn't he have any number?
No. Brown shack at the corner of Cypress and 283rd. That must be it over there, beside those signboards.
Hey, what is it, a garbage dump? Or is that the goats I smell?
Now, Rudolph, please, be a good goat, will you? Now, come on.
What's he stopping for?
I don't know. Please, Rudolph, we're almost at the car. Now, in a little while, you'll meet Mrs. Pettinsall. You like her.
You can't pull them if they don't want to.
Now, look, Rudolph, I paid $100 for you. Will you please act like a $100 goat?
Hey, he's sniffing at something on the ground.
Huh?
Yeah. Hey, Perry, look.
What?
Perry. It's a body.
What?
Yeah, in a sack. Suffering cats, there's a note on it.
Give me your flashlight. Hey. Merry Christmas from the boys.
Wow. I think I know him. Hey, flashlight in his face, huh?
Yeah.
Holy cow, Perry, it's ProGuard at the Ace office.
Yeah.
Wow.
He had his nose in the poultry racket, didn't he?
Yeah.
Merry Christmas from the boys. What a story.
How?
Well, too bad we're busy.
Perry, you're kidding.
I'm not kidding. Business before pleasure. We're still one goat shy. ProGuard.
Well, let me take a couple of pictures.
Okay, but make it snappy. All right, Rudolph. I'll give you one more chance. Are you or are you not going to get into the car without being kicked? Rudolph, stay in the back seat, will you? And stop kissing me. I'm driving.
Yeah, and you should have stuck to lemonade.
Oh, you should talk. While I think of it, who did you phone in that last tavern?
The office, Tex.
Oh, what'd you tell him?
Nothing. Nothing at all. He said Rusty had phoned and said you needn't bother coming to the party no matter how early you got through.
Oh.
And I just sort of casually mentioned the fire and the ProGuard murder.
That'll teach him to send us out after goats.
Where'd that bartender say we should go?
Oh, guy by the name of Constantine Buonacasa.
Huh?
It's just a couple of blocks more.
Well, now what's the matter with Rudolph?
I believe he is slightly loaded. He downed a whole can of beer the barkeep gave him.
More likely it's the can. He downed that, too.
Mr. Buonacasa?
Yes?
Well, my friend here and I, curious as it may seem, are seeking to purchase a goat.
Yeah, goat.
Yeah, goat. Jerry, the bartender at Mike's Tavern, said you had goats.
You make the joke, eh?
No.
Come on, we got company. You drink a glass of wine, everything should be all right. Christmas time, everybody should feel okay.
Look, any time but Christmas Eve, it might be a gag. It's dead on the level, brother. I gotta get another goat. Now, have you got one?
And we ain't kidding.
She's no funny business.
Honest.
All right. You coming with me?
Yeah. You have got goats, haven't you?
Sure, I got the goat. Paolo and Francesca. They man and a wife.
Oh.
Nice goats, good goats. You like a goat, eh?
Sure. Yeah, we love goats, don't we, Al?
Oh, yeah. Especially on Christmas Eve, we love goats.
Yeah.
It's in here, the shed. There, Paolo and Francesca.
Go.
Oh, the chain got him yet.
Oh, yeah. Mr. Buonacasa.
See?
How much for the big one?
Ma che vergogna. I tell you, the name is Paolo and Francesca. This is a husband and a wife. I know sell a one. You married man. I think you understand,
Oh, forgive me, old man. You're right. I don't know what I was thinking about.
Yeah. They look so pretty. They're in love.
Oh, yeah. Look. Yeah, sure. Look, Mr. Buonacasa, I got a goat outside.
Yes?
Swellest goat you ever saw. Rudolph. He loves everybody.
Crazy about everything.
Yeah, what about a deal? I buy Paolo and Francesca. You take Rudolph and part swap, huh? You can have one swell, loving goat and some cash. Everybody she's a happy, huh?
I don't want one goat.
No?
No.
What's the matter with having one goat?
What good is one goat except to another goat?
Except... Look, Mr. Buonacasa, it's a deal. How much?
Well, I'm not sure I want much to sell now.
$300?
Amici, she's good. Paolo and Francesca, they're yours. Now, you come in the house and we have some wine. It's a party. We sing songs. We lift the ceiling.
I knew we shouldn't have stayed at Buonacasa's party so long. I just knew it. Perry, please stop, will you?
All right.
If I don't eat soon, I'm going to die. Oh, please. We got the goats. We got 3 goats, in fact. Let's eat and get them up to Mrs. Pettenstall's, huh? Will you shut up, Rudolph? You too, Francesca. Will you pipe down? Holy smokes, we're up to our neck in goats. What are we going to do with 3 goats, Perry?
What are we going to do?
If we don't eat soon, Perry, I'm going to be sick. You know something, Perry? I wouldn't have blamed that waiter if he'd have socked you. Russian caviar in a dump like this. You kidding?
1, 2, 1 black.
Al, I'm sleeping. Now, please, do not disturb me. Allow me to sit here with my head in my hands and suffer. Oh, stop nudging me, Al. Will you stop nudging me?
Good evening, all. Mind if I join the party?
Rusty.
Hello, Perry. Don't suppose you'd mind if I sat down.
You're sore.
Not at all. It's been a perfect Christmas Eve.
How'd you find us?
You left a trail a blind man could follow. When I saw your car parked outside with 3 goats in the back seat, I sort of figured you might be in here.
Oh, don't be sore, Rusty. Don't
Sore?
be sore.
Why should I be sore?
What are you doing away from the party?
There is no party.
Huh?
Can I have some coffee, too?
What do you mean?
I'm working. Everybody's working. There's never been a Christmas like it before. Progower was murdered. Progower of the DA's office.
Oh, for goodness sake. Well, fancy that.
It also happens that Pier 547 Brooklyn blew up.
Not really.
Terry, why do you drink?
Because they sent me out on Christmas Eve to buy 2 goats and a red wagon.
Oh. Have you got the wagon?
Huh?
The wagon. The wagon.
Oh, I haven't got the wagon.
Well, I have. That's one reason I'm here. Tex thought you'd forget.
Where is it?
Outside my car.
Oh, Rusty, you're wonderful.
Am I?
We got 1 goat too many, Rusty.
You noticed it, too, did you? Isn't Mrs. Pettenstall going to be surprised?
What's the matter with them now?
They're frightened.
Now, listen, Goat, you're out of the elevator. All you got to do is walk down this nice, quiet hall here, see? That's it. Now, just walk slowly down the hall to apartment 3. Yeah, and stop kissing me. Oh, look, Rusty, Rudolph loves me.
It's 11:15. The Pettensalls will be home in 15 minutes.
All right. Vogel, you take Paulo. Rusty, you grab Francesca.
Come on. You, Rudolph.
Whoever answers this door is in for an awful shock.
Rudolph, he loves me kissing me. Merry Christmas, Rudolph. You're the sweetest little goat in the whole wide world.
Good heavens.
Are you the Pettensalls' butler?
I am, sir. And might I ask what you are?
Move over. We got goats. You got a bathroom with a sunken tub? Hold still, Rudolph. There. I guess you're clean.
Oh, they both look like fluffy little lambs.
Yeah. Oh, but Rudolph here doesn't deserve a bath after smashing the Pettensalls' mirror.
Well, he couldn't help it. The first time he'd ever seen himself and that mean expression on his face.
All right. Hold still, Rudolph. You'll be dry in a minute. That's a boy. Give me another towel, Rusty.
Hey, you've used 5 already. Bathroom looks like a nightmare.
That's a boy. Yeah, well, you can't deliver dirty goats to Mrs. Pettensaw. Say, he's real cute when he's clean, isn't he?
What's Vogel doing?
Making a harness out of neckties.
Done. Let's get them harnessed to the wagon and get out of here before the Pettensalls arrive.
Yeah. Come on, Rudolph. You look swell. Well, come on, Rusty. Open the door. Yeah. Oh, hey, this is sure some dump. Oh, how's the harness coming, Al?
I used Mr. Pettensoul's neckties. Hey, look at it. Swell, ain't it?
Oh,
Al,
yeah.
it's the nicest harness I've ever seen.
Yeah. Hey, did you ever see a tree like that in your whole life?
Never. And I never will. I'll never, ever have a Christmas like other people. Never.
Well, let's get them harnessed.
There. Finished. Red wagon and all.
Yeah.
Now, don't they look cute?
Paolo and Francesca, man and wife. Makes me want to cry. Oh, what are they doing to the tree?
Looks to me as if they're eating it. A little at a time.
Rudolph?
Good Lord.
Darn you anyway,
Oh,
Rudolph.
Perry, look out. He'll break the other one.
Rudolph! Suffering cats. Hey, hold it. Here come the Pettensalls, I bet you.
Oh, what's going on in here? My vase. Oh, both of them. What is the meaning of this? Who are you people? Alan, are these people from the paper?
I believe they are, my dear.
Get out of here. All of you. You hooligans. You're drunk.
I beg your pardon. We're not drunk.
Of course you're drunk. Otherwise, what's the meaning of the third animal?
It is a spare.
A spare? That's supposed to be funny. Will you please leave? Alan, I expect you to deal with these people tomorrow.
Oh, Rusty, I believe Mrs. Pettensall is sore.
Is she? Well, so am I. Mrs. Pettensall, you're all through with Perry Brown now, aren't you?
I don't believe I know
Yes,
who...
you are. You're through with him. He's drunk and he's dirty, and besides, he's served your purpose. He got you what you wanted, 2 goats and a red wagon on Christmas Eve. No other man in town could have done it tonight, or would have.
Get out of here,
You've been using our office and our staff to do your dirty work for the last 5 years.
Where?
Run errands, fetch and carry, fix things for you, play nursemaid to you. Well, that's out as far as we're concerned. And when you replace us, I suggest you go to an employment agency that furnishes trained servants. It'll be nice to know you can call up the office when you need an extra butler. Come on, boys. Come on, Rudolph. Let's get out of here. I can smell something that has nothing to do with goats. Well, I've never been...
Now, my dear. Good night, Miss McGee, Mr. Brown, Mr. Vogel. Good night.
Come on, let's get out of here. We got rid of Al.
Yeah.
Now, if we could only get rid of Rudolph.
I called up the zoo.
Well?
They didn't want a goat.
Oh.
I called up the Metropolitan Museum of Art, too.
What on earth for?
I don't know. I thought maybe because it was Christmas Eve, they might make an exception.
What do we do with him?
Honey, I don't know, but I'm not going to abandon Rudolph on some cold, vacant lot. He's got a right to Christmas, too.
Well, where'll we take him?
I don't know. I guess we'll just wander around Brooklyn with him until we die of old age. No, don't kiss me when I'm driving, Rudolph. He loves me, Rusty.
I know. I do, too.
Yeah. Do you?
Mm-hmm. For heaven's sakes, let's get some coffee. I'm perishing with a cold, Perry. Look, there's a place. Come on, stop, Perry.
All right. Do you think you love me as much as Rudolph loves me?
I think I do.
Okay, then I'll buy you some coffee. All right, now get Rudolph out on your side.
Can't he stay in the car?
Well, Rudolph's got a right to his Christmas, too. Yeah, well, go on, Rudolph. Go with Rusty. That's a fella.
Come on, Rudolph. Good old Rudolph.
Oh, Rusty, honey, I just couldn't leave Rudolph without a home on Christmas Eve. It wouldn't be human.
I know. Do you suppose we'll have to keep him forever?
I don't know. Here we are. All right, now. Sit down, Rudolph. Sit down beside us and shut up.
Hey,
Hey, mister, hey, you can't bring that goat in
Oh,
here.
yes, we can. It's Christmas Eve. Coffee and donuts for two and some wheat biscuits for Rudolph.
Is that what goats eat?
Yeah, just one of the things. No. Leave him in the box. That's right. Yeah, he'll eat the box and all. He'll be hysterical when he hits the biscuits after all that cardboard.
Sure.
Yeah, thanks. Here, Rudolph, now. Don't let me hear a sound out of you.
Boy, I've seen everything now. Donuts and coffee coming up.
You unhappy, kid?
Perry, I'm an awful fake. I've loved every minute of it.
No fooling.
I was mad because you wouldn't take me with you.
Oh, it's a lousy racket, but we love it. I guess we're out of it now, though. We haven't got a job, Rusty.
Oh, I think we have. Remember when Mr. Pettinsall said goodnight?
Yes?
He winked at me.
No kidding.
He's been wanting to tell her off for years.
Oh, I'll bet.
Perry, can't you remember anything that happened tonight?
Oh, some of it.
Well, you know there's a bonus waiting for you at the office?
A bonus?
Uh-huh.
What for?
For your work on the Pier 547 explosion.
What?
Vogel took a picture of it.
Yeah?
Yeah. He also took a picture of the death of some Brooklyn alderman's wife in a taxi accident and a half a dozen of Progower's bodies.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Vogel phoned the office around 6 and
Yeah.
said if we would go to an address he gave us and look behind some signboards, there'd be something for us.
Uh-huh.
There was. On top of Progower's body were half a dozen plates and a note from Vogel with the captions on them. They're all over page 1 now.
Well, I'll be good old Vogel. I tried to make an honest flunky out of him, but I guess he's just a newspaper man at heart.
So you see, everything's all right.
Yeah, I guess it is.
Now, if we could only just get rid of Rudolph.
Yeah.
Hey, mister, give me 2 coffees and 2 donuts to go.
Hey, Rusty, look.
What?
That kid. Hey, Sonny. Sonny, come here, will you?
Hello, lady.
Hi, Sonny.
Hello, mister.
Hi.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you. Say, how would you like a goat for Christmas?
Her?
Him.
Honest?
Honest.
You mean just take him?
Right now. You want him?
Gee, do I? Gosh.
Call him Rudolph.
Gee, thanks, mister. Thanks a lot. Come on, Rudolph.
Well, we've done it, Rusty. We've done it. Rudolph has a home. Darling, Merry Christmas.
Terry.
Hey, cut out that kissing stuff. I run a respectable
You have just heard 'Twas the Night Before Christmas by Paul Gallico, starring Lyle Sudrow as Perry Brown. Bernard Grant was Al Vogel, and other members of the cast included Ross Martin, Frank Milano, Louis Van Ruten, Connie Lemke, Butch Cavell, and Grace Kelly. The special music was composed and conducted by Dr. Roy Shield. 'Twas the Night Before Christmas was adapted for radio by Harry W. Junkin, who also directed the entire production.
This is Harry Junkin again. Next week on Radio City Playhouse, Jan Miner gives vitality and charm to the role of Anne Stratton in a tender and beautiful love story called Reflection. That's next week, Reflection, Attraction 67 on Radio City Playhouse. Merry Christmas, everybody, and good afternoon.
What's on NBC tonight? There's a Christmas stocking full of entertainment. As a holiday special, Theater Guild on the Air will present Paulette Goddard and Sir Cedric Hardwicke in that perennial favorite, The Passing of the Third Floor Back. Hear this special Christmas program, Paulette Goddard and Sir Cedric Hardwicke on Theater Guild on the Air. You'll find a Merry Christmas all day long on NBC. Fred Collins speaking. Now stay tuned for James Melton and Harvest of Stars on NBC.
The Fibber, McGee, and Molly Show. Every weekday at this time, NBC brings you Fibber, McGee, and Molly transcribed. The show is written by Phil Leslie and Ralph Goodman and directed by Max Hutto. Fibber and Molly will be with you in a minute. Here's something most of us have to think about sooner or later: retirement. You know, it can be a long vacation, carefree and gay, or it can be a long ordeal, depressing and uncertain. It all depends on how well you've planned for it. A lot of folks are including United States savings bonds in their retirement plan. Smart people. They know that savings bonds are a safe, sound, sure investment. They know they'll get back $4 for every $3 they put in. $100 for every $75 invested when those bonds mature. And you know that happens in less than 10 years. Of course, savings bonds can now be held beyond their maturity date at further interest. The highest rate it's ever been. 3% interest, compounded semi-annually for as long as 10 years beyond the maturity date of the bonds. Start planning for your retirement now. You'll discover you'll feel more secure tomorrow if you buy United States savings bonds today. The mailman has just left another batch of Christmas cards at 79 Wistful Vista this morning, and Mr. and Mrs. McGee are happily looking them over.
Don't you love to get Christmas cards, McGee?
Sure do.
Look at this one from the Toopses. Picture of a big holly wreath, and it says, "Hope you have a Christmas wreathed in happiness." Isn't that cute?
Yeah. Oh, hey, here's a big fancy card. Oh, boy, isn't that beautiful?
Oh, my. Somebody must really like us. That's a lovely winter scene, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Who's it from?
Oh, it opens up. Let me see. Oh, poetry. May you have every Christmas joy through winter, spring, and summer. To send your cares all down the drain, call John, the Oak Street plumber. Oh.
Isn't that sweet? You know, I think we ought to answer that, McGee. John might feel hurt if he doesn't get a Christmas greeting from us. I'll write him.
Yeah, you do that. You write him.
I think I'll say, "Dear John."
Yeah, Dear John letter.
We called you on last New Year's Day. You charged $12 a trip. The sink reminds us still of you. It's such a constant drip.
That's great. You want to write that to him, or shall I call him up and read it to him on the phone?
No, neither one. It's Christmas Eve.
Yeah, besides, we might need him again sometime.
I better check over the gifts again now before we...
Come in.
Merry Christmas, kids. Season's greetings.
Oh, hi, old-timer. Merry Christmas.
Season's greetings to you, Mr. Oldtimer.
Got by to bring you a present, kid.
Well, gee whiz, you shouldn't have done it.
I'll take it back.
Oh, no. Never mind. Thank you very much. My, it's a beautiful package.
Yeah, big one, too. Oh, here, we got a present for you, too, old-timer. There you are.
Little one, ain't it? Thanks anyhow, though. Probably lovely.
I hope you like it.
Oh, I love the holidays, kids. Christmas Eve always puts me in mind of the fun I used to have when I was a kid with that old gang of mine.
The old gang, huh?
Yep. Gee, but I'd give the world to see that old gang. Sure was a great old gang, kids. That old gang of mine used to go out every year singing Christmas carols.
Yeah, who all was in your crowd?
Very exclusive group, son.
I'll bet.
There was Johnny and Pete, and Ronnie and Skeet. There was Eddie and Slim, and Teddy and Myra Belle Kluferhorn.
Myra Belle Kluferhorn?
How'd she get in the gang?
Needed her for harmony, Johnny.
Oh?
She had a fine, rich baritone, Myra did. The rest of the gang was boy sopranos.
Sang a lot, did you?
Only at Christmas, daughter. Used to sing Silent Night so loud we was hoarse the rest of the year. We did have fun, kids. Me and the old gang were together all the time. I tell you, we were insufferable.
I can imagine.
And then, as so often happens to good friends and true, a woman came between us. Yep, a woman busted up that whole gang of mine.
Who was it?
Mama. Moved out of town and took me with her. So long, kids. Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas,
old time.
There's more fun with the McGees shortly. One of the outstanding characteristics of a democracy is the right of each individual to worship according to his conscience and his beliefs. The churches of America symbolize the belief of many that through community worship, we can gain the moral strength and courage to lead a good life. They symbolize the important role which religion has played in the shaping of our nation. Each day, thousands turn to their religious leaders for personal guidance and for material help. Without religion, many of these people would have nowhere to turn in their hour of need. All of us recognize the important role played during the war by chaplains of all faiths in helping our soldiers to adjust to military life. Thus, it is manifest that religion is an important part of the moral fiber of America. It was the need to worship which drove our forefathers to leave their native lands and come here. Let us not forget the importance of the church in our lives. Let us, through recognition of moral and spiritual hungers, guide ourselves and our families toward a way of life which bespeaks peace and harmony and goodwill toward all men.
What do you think the old-timer gave us? A big package.
I don't know. We'll open it tomorrow. I hope he likes the pipe and tobacco we gave him.
Well, he better like it. I looked all over town to find a bargain like that. You can't hardly find a corncob pipe these days.
Wonder who this is. Come in.
Hi, Mr. McGee, Miss McGee. Merry Christmas.
Well, happy Yuletide, Teeny.
Merry Christmas, Teeny. Come on in.
Yeah.
I came to bring you a present. It's for both of you, and I made it. Here.
Oh, you made it. Gee whiz, that's a beautiful present.
Lovely package.
Just beautiful. Wonder what could be in it. It's,
A wash rag.
Hmm?
It's a simply just lovely wash rag, and I made it in school.
Oh.
Because we were learning how to knit, and all of us kids were knitting socks, only my socks came out of wash rag.
Oh.
Well, it's just what we needed.
Oh, sure it is.
An Argyle wash rag. You can both use it.
Well, we just don't know how to thank you, Teeny.
Well, we have a little present for you, too, honey. We sent it over to your house.
Oh, boy. Gee, thanks. Hey, Mr. McGee. Will you do something for me, though, for Christmas? Tell me a story, will you, please? A story for Christmas,
Well, okay, Teeny. Seems as good a time as any.
Oh, goody. I love your stories.
Well, I like them, too, Teeny. I'll just sit over here out of the way, and I'll keep real quiet, dearie.
Oh, look, Teeny, did you ever hear the story about Laura, the lopsided pine tree?
Oh, no, mister. No, I never heard that one. Is it a true story, mister? A true one, is it?
Well, it's a sort of a little piece of folklore that's been kind of handed down from generation to generation. Or will be, as soon as I can think it up.
Oh, boy, that's the best kind, I betcha.
Yeah, well, sir, long time ago, once upon a time, there used to be a great big forest. Oh, it was out past Dugan's Lake a ways, and it was all full of tall pine trees.
Oh?
And every year on Christmas Day, the king of the forest would invite all the people from all around, and they'd have a Christmas party and sing songs and give each other presents, and they have a wonderful time.
I love parties, I betcha.
Yeah. Well, every year, the king would pick out the prettiest tree in the forest to have Christmas under, you see. There got to be quite a contest among the local pines to see which one would be chose the king's tree.
The king's tree,
Yep. Now, way off in one corner of the forest, kind of by herself, stood Laura. The lopsidedest, funniest, lookingest, poorest little scrubby old pine tree in the whole woods. Her branches were all cockeyed, and her bark was always falling down, and she was just a real sad sapling.
Oh, poor Laura.
And the other trees, the big, tall, beautiful-looking ones, they used to sneer at little lopsided Laura all the time. Some of them trees got so vain about their good looks that you just couldn't stand them.
Gee.
Spent all their time primping and powdering their cones and combing the birds' nests out of their hair and looking pretty.
Oh, that's not a good way, I betcha. People shouldn't be vain, especially pine trees.
That's right. But these pine trees got so bad they wouldn't let a bird build in their branches, and they shook all the squirrels out onto the ground, and the only place the little creatures had to live was Laura. And little lopsided Laura gave them all a home.
She had a kind heart, huh?
Sure. But the other trees used to razz her something fierce. Look at Lopsy, they'd say. Get her. Hair full of birds' nests and her lap full of squirrels. Boy, are you a mess, they'd say. Oh, yeah. Oh, them pine trees needled her all the time.
They were naughty pines, huh? Naughty pines?
Yeah, I was going to say that myself. Well, anyhow, one Christmas Eve, little Laura just couldn't take it any longer, and she just broke down and cried.
Oh.
Just stood there sobbing kind of softly to herself.
Oh, gee. Just like a weeping willow, huh, mister? A weeping willow?
Well, she was more what you might call a crying conifer, sis.
Oh.
And while she was standing there crying softly and the other mean old trees were snickering at her, all at once it happened.
Oh, boy, this is a good part of it. What happened? Is this a good part?
Yeah. It happened that a young angel was passing by that night. She was in a hurry trying to get home for Christmas, you see, and...
Where had she been, mister? Where had the angel been?
Oh, she'd been over in Pittsburgh or Wichita or Oskaloosa or someplace to say hello to a couple of new babies. She stopped someplace else to sort of spread her wings over a young couple that were getting married that day, and she looked in to let a little crippled boy know that he was going to be okay for Christmas. You know, just business calls like angels do.
Sure, I know, I betcha.
Anyhow, when the angel heard Laura, the lopsided pine tree, crying, she wheeled down to investigate, and Laura told her the story through her tears. And the angel smiled and just waved her wings, and poor little Laura, the lopsided pine, became the prettiest tree in all the world.
Oh, goody for her.
The tears that poor little pine tree shed froze into beautiful, shining icicles.
Oh.
And her cones gleamed like colored lights, and her branches were dusted with snow. And way up on her tip-top branch, the angel hung a shining star. And they named the tree the Christmas tree. Yeah. And the people came and admired the tree and gave each other presents and wished each other happiness and peace and a Merry Christmas. Just like Mrs. McGee and I wish you.
Oh, gee, that's wonderful, Mr. McGee.
Oh, thank you.
Merry Christmas, Teeny.
I just hope the whole world has a Merry Christmas, I betcha. Everybody.
So do we, Teeny. Merry Christmas to all.
We'll say goodnight to Fibber and Molly in a moment. NBC. Throughout the year, these initials ring out as the trademark of the National Broadcasting Company. And tonight, this Christmas Eve, the National Broadcasting Company extends to you, the listener, its heartfelt wishes for a Christmas filled with peace and happiness and contentment. That this day may bring renewed hope to all the world is the Christmas wish of NBC. Ever present in broadcasting is the call to pioneer, improve, and extend service to the public. To meet this magnificent challenge is the constant aim of NBC. It is the purpose and intention of NBC that the character and influence of its sponsored and sustaining programs shall help to increase commerce and employment, raise the living standard, enlarge the spiritual and cultural experience of the people, and enrich their lives. The National Broadcasting Company earnestly hopes that its programs will always be welcomed in your home and in all homes throughout America.
Good night, all.
transcribed. This is NBC, the night before Christmas.
This is Old Time Radio USA, your source for the classic old-time radio shows you love.